Okay, class. As we were learning today about cycling, then we said we have a center, we have a circumference, we have an arc, a radius, then we have a diameter, we have a chord and segment and a center. Okay. We will just recap on what we did, then we will close our lesson for today. Is that clear, class?
Yes.
Okay, I will start from the top, then going down just to remind you of what we learned about today. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When I started the lesson, we started talking about the circumference. Then we said a circumference is the outer line or border around the outside of the cycle. This is what we said, it's the outer line or border around the outside of the cycle. This is what, class?
Yes.
Okay. So when you look at this cycle, you see you identify the circumference by looking at the cycle that is drawn. So the outside line of the cycle or border, we say it's a circumference. This is what, class?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on, we have what we call a center. We have what we call a what?
A center.
Okay. Then what is a center? The center of the cycle is a point exactly in the middle of the cycle. Says all the class?
Yes.
So it's the point exactly in the middle of the cycle. So you can't say you have a center and you put your point here. It's not in the middle of the cycle. So when it's not in the middle of the cycle, it's not the center. Says all the class?
Yes.
Okay. So you see your center by the point in the middle or exactly in the middle of the cycle. Says what?
Yes.
So it's an equal distance from every point of the circumference. This is what?
Yes.
So it's the equal point from every point of the circumference. So when you come from here, from this point to the center, it should be exactly when you come from this point to the center. So what, class?
Yes.
It should be equal. So the distance or the measurement should be equal because the center is exactly in the middle of the cycle. Says what, I get your class?
Yes.
Okay. Then we move on to talking about a radius. Okay, class, this one.
Yes.
We have what we call a radius. Okay. How then do you see a radius? Okay. The radius of the cycle is the distance between the center of the cycle and any point of the circumference. This is what, class? Okay, it's the distance from the center of the cycle to any point of the circumference. Are you sure, Siabona? This is the center. Are you sure, Siabona?
Yes.
Then from this center to the point of the circumference, we say that line is what? Is a radius. Are you sure, Siabona?
Yes.
So you can draw your radius from the center to this side. Are you sure that even the side there, it's on this side? Are you sure, Siabona? Ule side here too, it's on this side. So our radius can be from any point of the circumference to the center, or from the center to any point of the circumference. This is one. Going up, it's still a radius, as long as it's from the center to any point of the circumference. Are you sure, Suzanne, class?
Yes.
Are you sure, Suzanne?
Yes.
Okay. Then we move on. We have what we call a diameter. We have what we call what?
A diameter.
We have what we call a diameter. Okay. Now, what is a diameter? A diameter of a cycle is the distance between the center of the cycle to the point of the circumference. Says one class.
Yes.
Going through the center, then going to another point of a circumference. So when you come from this point of circumference, says what?
Yes.
Going through the center, we say this is what? A radius. It says what?
Yes,
So
sir.
when you pass this point, which is center, going to another point of the circumference, we say this part is what? Is the diameter. Aisho says what?
Yes.
Aisho says more than that. It's from this point of circumference to the center, going through the center, then going to another part of circumference. It says what?
Yes.
So if it's from this point of circumference and it doesn't go through the center, or it doesn't go through this point in the center, just go through like this, that is not what we call a diameter. Says what class again?
Yes.
It is not what we call a diameter. But a diameter is from one point of the circumference going through the center of your cycle to another point of what? Of the circumference. Are you sure, says other class?
Yes.
Are we still all together?
Yes.
Okay, class. Then now we move on to what we call a sector. Here's a class.
Yes.
Yes,
sir.
Okay, so how do you see a sector? All right, a sector is a section of the cycle created by two radius. This is what class.
Yes.
It is a section of the cycle created by two radius. Section says what?
Yes.
Okay. Irradius here to the initial says what?
Yes.
Irradius here to the. Okay. So how do you then see your sector? You have to have another radius. I should say radius. It's from the line of the circumference to the center. I should say about.
Yes.
So if you have two radius drawn like this, then this part, I should say more than this part.
Yes.
It is what we call a
Sector.
sector. This is one. I should say more than that.
Yes.
One point from the circumference to the center and another point from the circumference to the center, which create two radius. I should say one.
Yes.
And this part we say it's a sector. I should say one class.
Yes.
All right. Then we move on to another part. Then we look at an arc. I should say one class. We look at an what?
Arc.
We look at an arc. An arc is a part of the circumference. A major arc, so it's a part of a circumference. Says one.
Yes, sir.
Which is created by a sector. Says one.
Yes.
Then we have two types of arc. We have a major arc. We also have a minor arc. Says one.
Yes.
Okay. What is a major arc? A major arc takes up more than half of the circumference. Says one class.
Yes.
Then a minor arc takes up less than half of the circumference. I should say one.
Yes,
Yes. Where is Ukuba? Where is Ukuba? So this part or this line, after you have created or you have drawn your sector, this part, you call this line an arc. Says what?
Yes.
Okay. I just say about this part takes not the whole half of the cycle. I should say about.
Yes.
But it takes this part only, of which it is a small part of the cycle. Then we say that it's a minor arc. Are you sure says one class?
Yes.
Okay. But if it was like this, if you had something like this, then this part will be your arc. I should say about.
Yes.
Then that part will be your major,
Major.
R. Are you sure says one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we move on. We go to what we call a chord. Says one class.
Yes.
Okay, a chord is a line segment that joins any 2 points of the circumference of the cycle. Says one class.
Yes, sir.
It's the line or it's a line of segment that joins 2 points of the what class?
Sesikhohliwe, sir.
Senikhohliwe. It's any 2 point that that joins from the circumference of the cycle. Aisho says one class.
Yes.
Okay, we move on again because of time before we go to the break. Then we talk about what we call a segment. It says one. A segment is a section. It says one against your class.
Yes.
It's a section of the cycle created by a chord. Aisha says one class.
Yes.
It's a section of a cycle created by a chord. It says one class.
Yes,
So your chord will be like this. It says one class.
Yes, sir.
So it's a point from one point of the circumference to another point of the circumference. Are you sure about which one? I see your diameter because it doesn't go through the center.
center.
So this section created by a chord, because this line we say it's a chord. Then this section we say it's a what? It's a segment.
Segment.
Says one class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no, you will jot this down when you come back from the break. Thank you, class.
Bye, sir.